Hey guys, Jack here, and today I want to talk about uploading to Teespring, and I want to tell you all of the things that I know and the things I wish I knew when I was first uploading to Teespring. And today we're going to walk through uploading your first product to Teespring, how you should do it, what products you should enable, and also talk about pricing and descriptions. Alright, so before we get started on posting the listing, I want to make sure you guys have these settings enabled because these settings are really important, and if you don't have them enabled, you're pretty much just missing out on more opportunities to get sales on your products. So obviously you'll have to fill in your address and your name and all that and your phone number. I've just taken them out for now, but when you're originally on your Teespring account, not all these boxes are going to be checked, but you actually do want to check pretty much every single box. I have every single box checked. This top one isn't as important, but all the other ones are pretty much just about increasing your sales, as it says right there in the subtitle of the options. And then make sure you have your PayPal address set up so you can get paid from your sales or a Pay Me account. And once you have that done, then you're ready to post a listing. With that out of the way, let's get right into our first listing. So when you want to post your first listing and you're ready to go, just go to the top right here and click Start Designing. So it's going to ask you what product you want to start on. I'd recommend just starting with a t-shirt. So if you go into unisex/men's t-shirts, you can start with this, and then I just start with the classic tee in the top left here, and you can click Start Designing. So it's going to ask you if you want to buy or sell. If you want to just create it for yourself and you don't want it on the marketplace or other people to see it, then you can buy. However, for us, we want to sell because we want to allow other people to buy our products. Alright, now that we're on this screen, we want to upload our design. So just click on Add Image and find your design wherever you've put it. In this case, I have it right here. So once you have your design and you have it uploaded, it'll take a minute to upload, but you'll be able to scale it, make it bigger, and do all that stuff. Yeah, so as you can see, I can move it, I can center it, I can make it as big as I want. If you don't know this, you want to have your design take up as much space as possible in most scenarios so people can see it in the thumbnail. That way they're more able to actually see what your design is, so they might want to buy it. And then also, when you're uploading these shirts, you want to make sure that your design is towards the top, towards the chest, and not somewhere here like in the stomach, because no one wants their design on their stomach on their shirt. So just keep that in mind. And now after you have this design made, you need to think what colors it would look good on. So usually I have either a design that works on black or white, but in this case this design is red text, so obviously it actually works on both. So you can see in the preview here when you're clicking on these colors what it looks like and determine if you actually want to use that color. When you're picking colors, especially for your first listing, you want to make sure you only pick about 5 colors. Any more colors than that and it's just too much options for the consumer, and they're going to end up just getting confused, or they might just end up not wanting to buy at that point when there's too many options. So for our shirt here, I'm just going to pick some nice colors that go nice with my shirt, and then we'll be on our way. So there's 4 colors, 1 more color. I usually just go navy because a lot of people like navy. That's a pretty popular color, other than black and white being the 2 most popular. So now that we have our colors picked, we wanted to choose which color our listing will actually be displayed on when they look at this product. So for t-shirts or for anything really, black or white should be your main option, unless you're going for a specific design like a Christmas sweater and you want the background to be green. But usually black and white is what you want. So I'm gonna go with black just because black's the most popular color for shirts, and I think almost anything looks good on black as long as it's not black text. Alright, so now that you have your color picked, down here you click edit and you select your color that you want. It won't show up here, but if it says black on the left side, then it'll be black. If you want to change the preview, you can just go over here and click it again. And then you want to set your profit margin. So for profit margins on Teespring, what I like to do is just a few dollars less than what they recommend. So $21.99, I'll just go $2 less, $19.99 or $18.99, anywhere around there, just less than $20, because that's just a mark people see. And then just a few dollars less on this side too, so I'll just make it $19.97. Sure. and then you can press continue, and then it'll prompt you if you want to add more products. So if we look in here, there's other types of shirts. What I like to do is have a max of usually 5 products on Teespring, just because the way Teespring puts their listings out, it's not really like Redbubble where all their products are like cool listed, integrated in the listing. It's more separate, so I don't want to give too many options to the consumer because they might just get overwhelmed. So the 5 that I go with usually are a classic tee, a premium tee, and then a hoodie, usually a classic pullover, just the cheapest one. It also has the highest profit margin. And then I used to do tank tops, but now I don't do tank tops. I do a long sleeve shirt, just a classic one, and I do a mug, which is in the accessories tab down here. A mug. So once I have those set, you actually have to go and edit each one for the first listing you put out, because you have no other listings. But after you make this listing, you'll be able to copy all the settings, including the profits and the colors, every time you make a listing. So that's really good. So what I'm going to do is just edit each of these now. I'm going to take you along with me just to make sure you guys have the process of this down. So when you're picking your colors, we obviously, our design works on black and white, so we can leave these, and then just add in another color that looks good. And you don't have to leave it on the ones you have selected here, but I think those look good, 5 different colors. And then remember just to adjust your profit margin, especially for the first time you're posting a listing. So this sweater says $38.99. I'm just going to bring it down to $34.99 because the profit margin is so high on the sweater, and same thing for the other one. Alright, now let's go adjust the mug. So for the mugs, I like to leave it on a white background usually, and it actually didn't add our image, so you might have to re-add it sometimes. Usually that doesn't happen, but there we go. And for the mug, I don't like to do too many colors usually, so that's good for me. And then view on white. And then obviously we're going to adjust our profit margin down to $2 less because the profit margin is really small. Alright, and then we'll do our long sleeve tee. So same thing, we're just going to look at our colors. Maybe we'll add in a different color for this one. Yeah, I think that looks good. Those two. Yeah. Okay. Adjust your profit margin $2 to $3 less. I'm going to go $22.99 for both of these. Yep, and then make sure your view is on black or white. At least that's what I would prefer. Yeah, you probably don't want it on navy. It just doesn't look very consistent. Alright, and then we'll edit our last thing, which will be our premium tee. So premium tees have a lot of color options. Can be kind of overwhelming for the seller. So what I like to do is usually keep it pretty simple. Some nice looking colors. Those look nice. Yep, there's 5 colors. And then make sure you change the featured color. Yep, and then we'll take the profit down to $20.99. Well, let's leave it on 21 because it's a pretty small profit margin, and that's good. All right, and now with that, we can hit continue. And now we get to put a title and a description for our listing. So as you can see, I actually forgot to change the default color of the classic pullover hoodie. So if you want to change it, just know when you go back, anything in these 2 boxes will be erased. But if you want to change it, you can go back. And then if you go over here, I can see I left it on navy, and then I can change it. Done, and go continue, continue, and I'm back here. And my changes were made. The mug I like to leave on white because the handle doesn't actually get coded in the color on Teespring. So if you leave it on white, that's the same color as the handle, and it looks a bit better in the listing. So for the name of your design, you have some options. You can make it, usually I just like to describe the picture or write the text that's actually in there. So in this case, anime is life. And then you can add more descriptive words here or in the description, but I'll just go with sad girl. This is a sad anime girl. And then for your description, on Teespring especially, you want to make sure that you're not spamming keywords or stuffing just words in for the fun of it. You want to make sure it actually makes sense. Otherwise, Teespring's not going to want to promote your listing. So make sure that you're not being too spammy, and you should be fine. So something along the lines of grab this grab this fun design or whatever descriptive word that suits your specific design for your, and we'll just say anime wardrobe. Yep. And then something along the lines of, or get this awesome sad anime girl design for the perfect gift. So something like that, not too spammy, just simple, straight to the point. And obviously here, anime wardrobe, you can, you know, put whatever word fits your design in there. And then sad anime girl, you could put another descriptive word that describes the shirt a bit more. And you know, that's what you would look for when you want to find the shirt. So that's what you want to think when you're putting the description, and you can just use the same description over and over again. Just replace out the few words and you're good to go. So with that being said, your URL is the last thing you need to edit, but in this case our URL is actually looking pretty good. We have the keywords in there and it's pretty clean, nothing too crazy, so that looks good to me. So now you can go ahead and click publish your listing, and you want to make sure the visibility is set to public so other people can see it. So for this setting here, after you post your first listing, it's going to ask you this question. I recommend just putting designer, because that's probably what you are, unless you are a content creator or a marketer. I'm a designer myself, so I just put designer. And then they're just going to say okay, and now you'll be able to see your listing, and there it is. So as you can see, we have our listing here, and the default product is actually a hoodie, and I wouldn't suggest having a hoodie as your default product. So what you want to do is go to the top right, go to your listings, and then you can see right here that you can edit it. And this is actually a bug right now. When you copy your listing, it used to copy over the default product, but now it kind of will. However, when you publish it, it ends up being a hoodie, so you have to change it every time, which is a bit tedious. But just know that I recommend putting this on a classic tee, or something that you actually want your design to be seen on. So maybe your design is just for a mug or just for a mask, then obviously set it to that thing. But for our purposes, I would say just classic tee. You can save it, and after you save it, you can go back to listings. You don't have to let it load there. It won't show up right here right away, but it is there. If you give it some time or a refresh, you'll see that now the default product is a anime shirt. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped you in any way, leave a like. If you want to know more about Teespring, just let me know what your questions are. I'll answer them in the description, or I'll make another video. So I hope you found this helpful, and have a great day, guys.